Hey guys, John here with my client Ian. Ian reached out to me last February, so in 2023, and we're in February 2024 now. Ian, would you like to just briefly tell us a bit about yourself?
Sure. My name's Ian. I am a 42-year-old accountant, so I have a nice desk job, and I'm a father of four, and generally pretty active cycling as well. It's kind of been historically my sport.
Okay. So what made you reach out to me last year?
Yeah, so I actually in 2020 I had two back surgeries. I had two back-to-back microdiscectomies and went for 3 years with effectively no pain, and woke up in January 2nd of 2023 and the pain was back. And so I had gone through about a month or so of trying to figure out what I was going to do about this pain, trying various things, and one of your clients, who is also one of my clients, was continually suggesting that I come and see you because you had some expertise in terms of dealing with people with back injuries. And so I was incredibly skeptical, having been someone who's tried pretty much every practitioner under the sun for those back issues prior to my surgery, and then even kind of post that, and done what I thought was a decent job at keeping myself fit. I finally took the bait and came to see you and started learning all about your knowledge and expertise on the McGill coaching side of things with those techniques, and that's what kind of brought me to you. And so I was kind of all in at that point because I had nothing left to lose. So.
Perfect. I'm glad you mentioned McGill. I was going to mention that as well. I am an avid follower of Dr. Stuart McGill's work, and his work plays a huge role in what I coach when it comes to back injuries, core training, high performance training, and that kind of thing. So once we kind of got the back kind of under control, we started working on some body composition stuff. Is that right?
Yeah, so it took, the back thing took a bit of patience, which you were clear on, that I needed to work for probably a few months of doing not much else and doing kind of only sort of the McGill big three exercises, etc. And then it was into the late spring, that I think I said to you that I had a pretty big cycling vacation planned in Spain in the fall, and that I hadn't been able to cycle at that point. That was already now about 5 months into not being able to get on a bike, even indoors, and I had said, okay, well, why not, if I'm not gonna be able to work out on the bike and get fit that way, I might as well drop some pounds and get lean. And so that was kind of the I had gained a fair bit of weight even in the fall into kind of Christmas, and then for sure with the back injury had kind of not been paying as much attention and maybe eating my sorrows away. And so had gained a bit, and then decided to get on the nutrition coaching program with you, the online program.
So as part of your decision to change your body composition, get leaner, was that anything to do with how you were feeling about yourself? Were you feeling like kind of less confident than you were before, or that kind of thing?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I had definitely gained a bit of weight, and was feeling maybe down in the dumps even about the sport I love that I wasn't able to do at that point. And so and knew I wanted to potentially be fitter and faster on the bike, and then but knew that I would also love to look a little better too.
So let's fast forward to your cycling trip in the last fall. How did that turn out?
Yeah, so with your help and constant messaging about my meals and what I was eating and the workouts, and so we got into doing some of the whole body workouts, and then I continued to do the McGill stuff, and then kind of into early July was able to get back into cycling training, and the trip was end of October, and just before leaving for the trip I had dropped almost 30 pounds leading up to the day before going to the trip.
I didn't realize it was that much. That's quite a bit. Yeah.
It was almost 30. I'd been about 185 in probably April or March of 2023, and dropped down to 158-ish, and now I'm up a little bit more than that. But and then had a great time on that trip, and was fast and fit and felt fantastic. I had to continue being regimented about my back stuff and making sure that I wasn't putting myself at risk, and doing the proper movements that I need to be doing, and making sure that I'm having fun but being careful. So.
And during that cycling trip, was your back okay for the most part, or?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't perfect. It was. There was definitely. It was feeling the 100+ kilometers per day for 6 days in the saddle, but it held up, and I did my exercise before and after getting on the bike, and kind of making sure that it was in check. And usually it's things like the plane rides that get me. But plane rides are fine, and then got back and have kind of still continued to have basically no issues with the back, and again working hard at it though.
That's huge. I was really concerned. I know when you first came to see me, and I know you how important the cycling was to you, and I was just like, oh my gosh, you got to stop riding for a while. But but I'm glad that worked out in the end, and you weren't in too much pain during your trip. So
no, it was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what would you say to somebody who might be on the fence about trying a different approach, perhaps for their back pain, or who may be on the fence about hiring somebody to help them with their body composition and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think for me, one of the things now that I know that the McGill method and that approach is world renowned. He's world renowned. You can listen to him all over the place, and your knowledge of it supplemented with that program is absolutely fantastic. And I would recommend it to anyone who's been struggling with trying all different types of modalities of trying to get things fixed. This really worked for me and continues to work for me. And then on the fitness and nutrition side of things, I know that myself, I need a bit of accountability, and your level of accountability on the nutrition and on the weights and the body weight program that I've been doing has been second to none. It's been fantastic. And so if you're a type of person that needs a bit of nudging once now and then, like I do, it's definitely the way to go, and you're fantastic at it.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do this, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.